The number of people who move to Silicon Valley, then move back out within 2 years is higher than you might think. Most of them say the same thing. Nobody told them what it was actually like here. I'm Michael Rulfs. I've lived here my entire life. I actually go back 3 generations. My great-grandfather was here in the 1800s. I'm a realtor in San Jose, and I've worked with buyers and sellers in this market for the last few years. And today I'm giving you the top 10 things I wish every person moving here would know. These aren't obvious ones. I'm not going to tell you it's expensive. You know that. I'm not going to tell you the weather is nice. It's beyond nice. It's the best in the world, in my opinion. You already know that also. These are the 10 things that surprise people in their first 6 months. Some of them are good, some of them not. Number 10 is one that most people don't even believe until they've lived through it. So stick around. Number 1, Silicon Valley is not a city. I know that sounds basic and probably obvious to a lot of people, but it's not. People talk about Silicon Valley like it's a single place. It's not. It's roughly 15 cities spread across Santa Clara County and parts of San Mateo County. You have San Jose, Cupertino, Sunnyvale, Mountain View, Palo Alto, Santa Clara, Campbell, Los Gatos, Saratoga, Los Altos, Milpitas, Morgan Hill. Heck, Gilroy, some people would even consider part of Silicon Valley. And there's even a few more. Each one has its own city government, its own school district, its own property tax structure, and a completely different feel. Where you choose to live inside Silicon Valley matters more than the fact that you've moved to Silicon Valley. Number 2, your commute will define your life. 5 miles in Silicon Valley can mean 15 minutes or 50 minutes. It depends entirely on which direction you're going, what time of day, and which freeway you're forced to use. If you've lived in San Jose and worked in Palo Alto, you're going to spend 2 hours every day in your car. And I'm not even exaggerating. The 101 and 280 back up constantly. 85 backs up. There is no shortcut. Before you accept a job or sign a lease, drive the commute. Drive it at 8 in the morning. Drive it at 6 o'clock at night. Then decide. Number 3, the cost of living shock hits in month 2, not month 1. The first month, you're excited. Everything is new. The restaurants are good. The weather is fantastic, and you're not paying attention. Month 2, the bills come in. Your PG&E bill in the summer, when you actually use the AC, your water bill in fall, your first property tax installment if you bought a home, your supplemental property tax assessment that nobody warned you about, budgeted an extra $1,000 a month above what you calculated. Trust me on this one. Number 4, public schools vary widely within the same city. San Jose alone has more than a dozen school districts. The school your house is zoned for can be a top-rated public school or a struggling one. The 2 houses can be a mile apart. If you have kids or are planning to, the school boundary search comes before the house search, not after. Not at the same time, before. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see new Silicon families make. They buy a house in their price range and then they realize the schools aren't what they assumed. Number 5, the tech layoff cycle is real and it affects everything. When the tech sector hires, home prices rise and inventory disappears. When the tech sector lays off, prices soften a bit and inventory starts to build. This is not a national pattern. This is a Silicon Valley pattern. If you're moving here in 2026, you need to understand that your home value will move with the local tech employment cycle. That's not a reason not to buy. It's just a fact you need to plan around. And for the most part, our home prices have tended to go up, but you have to plan that if there's a huge tech layoff, you could see home prices soften for a tiny bit before they start building back up. Number 6, the food scene here is one of the best in the entire country, and almost no one outside Silicon Valley knows it. San Jose has the 2nd largest Vietnamese population of any US city. The Indian food in Cupertino and Sunnyvale rivals anything in New York. The Mexican food in East San Jose is better than you'll find in most of California. If you move here and only eat at places like Cheesecake Factory or Olive Garden, you're missing out on the entire point of living in this part of the country. Number 7, the weather has microclimates. San Jose itself is warm and dry. Drive 20 minutes north towards San Francisco and the temperature drops 15 degrees. Drive 20 minutes west towards the coast and you're in fog. Drive 20 minutes east towards the foothills and it's 10 degrees hotter than the city. Where you live inside Silicon Valley determines what your year-round weather actually feels like. Almaden and Cambrian get hot summers. The Rose Garden stays a little bit cooler. Mountain View can be foggy in the morning, then clear up and be sunny and beautiful. This matters more than people expect. Number 8. Earthquake culture is a thing and you should probably respect it. Most days you don't even think about it. All of a sudden, there's a 4-point-something earthquake at 3 in the morning and you remember you live on a fault line. Most homeowner policies don't cover earthquake damage. So it is important to think about whether or not that is something you should add on. Also, keep a basic emergency kit. Learn where your gas shutoff is. None of this is paranoid. It's just being a responsible Bay Area homeowner. Any more than if you lived in Florida, you would plan for hurricanes. If you live somewhere where you have tornadoes, you would have an idea of what to do in a case of a tornado. So it's just being a homeowner and understanding that earthquakes are real, they can happen. There hasn't been a huge one in a long time, knock on wood, but I hear stories about the '89 earthquake, the Battle of the Bay, A's versus Giants. My brother and dad were actually at that baseball game when that earthquake happened. I was at a park, so I'm told. But earthquakes do happen, and so being prepared is always a good idea because nobody knows when, so plan accordingly. Okay, number 9. The friendliness curve is different. This one's hard to kind of explain, but people in Silicon Valley are very friendly, but they're not warm in the way that people are in the Midwest or the South. Conversations are shorter. Friendships take longer to build. Your neighbors will smile and wave, but they probably won't invite you over for dinner in the first year. This is not a bad thing. It's just a calibration. If you're moving from Texas or Ohio or anywhere where strangers chat at the grocery store, prepare yourself for a different rhythm. The upside is that once you do build friendships here, they tend to be deep and lasting. The downside is the first year can feel lonely if you don't expect it. Okay, so number 10, and this is the one most people don't believe until they live it. Silicon Valley is a great place to make money and a hard place to enjoy it. Most people who move here for a job. The job pays really well. The bonuses are real. The stock options vest. Then you look up after 5 years and you've spent every weekend either recovering from commuting or trying to keep up with the cost of living that eats every single raise. The people who thrive here long-term are the ones who figure out how to live a normal life inside an abnormal economy. They buy in neighborhoods they can actually afford. They don't try to keep up with the engineer down the street who has a stock from a company that just IPO'd. They take real weekends. We live in an amazing area. You got Napa less than 2 hours away. You have Santa Barbara a few hours away. Pismo Beach. You have Carmel, Monterey. You have Yosemite, Tahoe. There's so much natural beauty around here. They hike. They have hobbies. They don't involve work. That's the biggest thing, is you're in such a work climate in Silicon Valley that a lot of people, again, will work those 5 years and then look up and be like, wow, I haven't enjoyed a moment here. So if you move here purely to maximize your income and you don't build a life around it, you're going to burn out. And I've watched it happen to dozens of people. Some of my good friends that has happened to. Heck, it almost happened to me. The Valley rewards focus, but it punishes people who don't know when to stop. Those are the 10 things that I always tell people to look out for. This area is genuinely special. The opportunity, the food, the weather, the trails, the proximity to everything in Northern California. It's all real. But the trade-offs, they're real also. The more you understand both before you arrive, the better your first 2 years will go. If you're thinking about moving here, I'm happy to hop on a call, Zoom, Skype, phone call, and talk through your relocation strategy. The link's in the description. Just an honest conversation. Subscribe if you want more videos on actually living here or buying here. I'm Michael Rulfs with Coldwell Banker. So see you guys in the next video.